Hey everybody, it's your friend Moonhorse, and we have a part 2, or part 1, technically part 2. Anyway, this is from our friend Artemis of Athens, Lesbian Legbeard, Saturday, part 1. Oh boy. Buckle in, kids, I think this one's gonna get weird. Hello again, Moonherd and Uncle Moonhorse.
Hello, Boda.
Another installment of one of my more interesting experiences with romance. I've been feeling like I was complaining last time, but your kindness and understanding have encouraged me to continue my story, so thank you for that. Well, I'm very happy that you're feeling better, and that you want to share your story with us. I appreciate it. Okay, the cast. Myself, Artemis of Athens, your red-haired tsundere protagonist, Rocket, my best friend, and LL, the Legbeard in question. Okay, starting things off with Friday night. We settled in after I picked her up from her house, naturally. I threw on a show I told her about and was eager to show her. It was NBC's television adaptation of the Thomas Harris novel called Hannibal. Oh boy, I know some stuff about Hannibal. It's an awesome show. I recommend it to anyone. She showed utter disinterest as I was telling her about how great the acting and cinematography and just everything is. It's really well made. I'm reserved usually, but if I'm comfortable around someone, I act more eccentric and excitable when talking about the things I enjoy. I mentioned how the leads, Hugh Dancy and Mads Mikkelsen, were two of my favorite actors, especially the latter of the two. She made a joke about me liking Maz because of how fondly I praised the character and his acting talent. And I won't lie, I went along with it, because I've joked in the past with friends and even previous relationships on how I can get eye candy either way. It was obviously a joke, and was meant to be all in good fun. And while I do think Maz is a finely aged hunk of Danish delight, that's an interesting way of putting it, it's not like I'm gonna sleep with him or anything. And foolishly at the time, I thought she was more secure than that. She laughed it off here, but little did I know I'd just unintentionally added to her scoreboard. But I didn't feel my sexuality was something to hide, and it was okay to joke about that kind of stuff. I wasn't going to suddenly feel disgusted by the male form just because I happened to be dating a woman, and I especially wasn't going to act like I was just because she was disgusted by men. That's another thing. I knew she was kind of butch, but I told her early on that being one of the man-hating ones was something that I was unwilling to put up with, on account of the fact that I love my brothers, have male friends that are very important to me, and I have lots of fond memories of my late father. And I'm not an idiot that lumps all men together just because of a few jerks. That kind of ignorance really irritates me. But moving on. After we got finished with what she was only actually interested in, I excitedly told her that I wanted her to meet my best friend Rocket. Now over text I'd spoken about him, and she acted excited to meet him. Here, the chill facade was starting to slip. So you're only friends? Yeah, we've been friends since I was 20. He's like my brother. Wow. Okay. I trust your judgment. It's just, you can be a little naive. And whenever I see a female friend with a guy friend, he always ends up wanting more. Now, I'm not naive. She's not entirely wrong. Some people do that. I say people because that behavior is not exclusive to just guys, but according to her, he isn't like that. I lived with him and his family for a year. He was never weird or creepy. I've known him for years, and we've been through a lot. I trust him. I kind of already told you this. No. Let me finish. It's just, when a guy wants to be your friend, he only wants sex. Remember those meltdowns I mentioned? Yeah, she actually started yelling. She wrote that in all caps, but I'm not going to scream in the microphone at you guys. I feel that might be bad. Diving into my issues a little, I grew up in an emotionally abusive home, so meltdowns and yelling like that makes me shut down emotionally as a coping mechanism. But I'm happy to say that I've learned to verbalize my point and stand my ground, like I did right here. Listen, he's my best friend. He's my life, and he's not going anywhere. He's in my life, and he's not going anywhere. If you don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. Apparently, she realized she wasn't going to convert me, so she backpedaled from there. Okay, I'm sorry for yelling. I guess that's just remembering all my friends who've been hurt, and I expressed my feelings towards it as I thought of it. A little context for that. She suffered a head injury due to a car accident, so she blamed her mood swings on that, which I do believe was part of the way true, but I would later learn that a lot of this was who she was long before then. It's fine. I don't want this to be a fight every time he's mentioned, okay? Yeah. Oh, the lies we tell. So why aren't you this close to me? I want you to open up to me like I know you open up to him. I haven't known you for as long, for one, and it's a completely different kind of relationship. I do act open around you. Yeah, I don't say it. Well, I do. This is who I am. We need to come to a compromise, because I'm a brat and I need emotional reassurance. Referring to yourself as a brat is always a bad decision. Nothing about that is adorable or cute in any way, my friend. I'll be there for you if you need me, like I always have. But you're so distant. No, I just try not to overreact, I guess. Fine. She didn't like that for whatever reason. So we went to bed. Lord knows I wasn't in the mood now. Sorry for TMI, but it's relevant here. I was wearing only an oversized Marvel shirt and nothing else all night. Following morning, she's already up, saying how she couldn't sleep because of her anxiety. I told her that I'm sorry and that she could have woke me up if she needed someone to talk to, but she insisted that it's fine, and I accepted that. I got up to take a shower, so I throw off the shirt and throw on my bathrobe. You weren't wearing any panties all night? No, you saw me throw that shirt on. Guess I forgot. Too bad, I was really into it last night. I was asleep, and it wasn't going to happen anyway because I'm exhausted. And now she's pissed. Now to the readers, I know you can't hear her vocal inflections through the text or my memory, so let me explain. It wasn't what she said, but how she said it. It was very predatory and creepy, like the kind of thing that would get a guy a restraining order, that kind of vibe. Oh, lovely. I told myself that I might have just been overreacting. For all the headaches I caused with my stupidity, I sincerely apologize. I decided against the shower and just threw on some coffee. We're chatting casually, and she made a comment on how I'm different when I'm tired. Yeah, me and everyone else, honey. I'm not mean when I'm tired. I just don't really want to be messed with, that's all. I'm perfectly conversational in the morning. She walked over and gave me a chaste kiss, and I felt so light, like it was the kind of thing I wanted in a relationship. Peaceful morning, enjoying a coffee, idle conversation about random things, a feeling of love and safety. And then she tried pulling off my robe. Oh, fuck, man. I'm not a prude, but this was constant. She was like this all the time. I admit, I felt objectified and disrespected in that moment. Yeah, I fucking bet. I think the worst, or I guess the best irony here is, I felt more objectified by her than any man I had ever been with at that point. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I told her not now, I wasn't in the mood, though she was obviously huffy when we moved past the moment, and since the restaurant we were going to meet Rocket at wasn't open till 11, we had time to kill and I had errands to run. So I took this opportunity to show her around town, favorite thrift stores. I'm very frugal and try not to spend a lot of money if I can avoid it. Dude, I fucking love thrift stores. I feel you on that. She admitted she had a spending habit. Another way we weren't compatible. But other than that, it was fun, at least for me. I actually told her about my hobbies, my hopes and plans for the future. I was really trying to open up. She seemed more interested in the local liquor stores and buying alcohol. Now I like a drink, casually and socially, at least at the time. My past and more recently the bottle was my friend who whispered sweet nothings more often than I'm proud of. I know I'm an alcoholic, and I know one when I see one. I feel that. She mentioned liking to drink in the past and how her parents wouldn't let her because of their conservative nature. I started to realize quickly that there was probably another reason they didn't let her. That would be yet another red flag I brushed off. When we got back, I found I was impatient with waiting on my landlord, so I asked Rocket to come over early to see if he could tell me what was wrong in case I could fix it myself. So he came over, met LL, and they seemed to get along fine, to my relief. Turns out nothing could be done about the toilet till Monday. Oh well. We all just decided to pile into the car and head to the restaurant. It went well. Everything was smooth. They got along, and I was really happy to see it. After we ate, we walked around the park behind the buildings, just chatting, shooting the breeze, that kind of stuff. After a few hours, we said our goodbyes. She was getting, well, frisky. But because I was in such a good mood that at that point, I was too. But she started right in front of my male friend, groping and grabbing at me. It came to a point that I had to step back a few steps and literally had to push her back in the center of her chest because she just kept coming at me. I should not have to physically stop you like that if I'm uncomfortable. But I did, and I gave her a look that could freeze hell for it. She did back off, and Rock and I gave each other a, can you believe this shit kind of look? He wasn't thrilled about that display, he would tell me later, but I didn't think much of it at the time. And that concludes part 1 of Saturday. Huge shout out to Moonhorse for reading my first post. Well, I'm happy that I did, and I'm happy that I can help. So, let's go into what you have shared with us. This is... holy shit. This just reeks of insecurity like you would not believe. This girl has some major insecurity issues, like just left, right, and center. The constant questioning of whether or not you and your friend are just friends. The constant need to, I guess, reassert her dominance sexually by forcing so many things. The fucking need to do that in front of him. Yeah, this all just reeks of, like, that whole insecurity. Just, I need to prove that I'm the most important, that I'm the one on top. That kind of shit. I do not fucking blame you for not wanting to be with this person. Holy shit. I think I said that in the first video too, but I definitely double down on it here. I'm so fucking sorry you had to put up with it. God damn, dude. This, on the subject of, just that whole thing of, well, you're bi, so you might be talking to other people, and I don't like this, and, you know, I had an ex, when I first basically came out, and, she didn't like that I was bi, so therefore I wasn't allowed to be, as if she could just control that. And she once accused me of cheating on her with someone she saw on television. She was that insecure. Of course, it was really telling later, because the truth of the matter is that in the 4 years we were together, I had never cheated on her, and she had cheated on me at least once a year. So, a lot of times, when someone is that insecure, they've usually created a reason for them to be that insecure. So, it's pretty fucked up, but it's true. So, it makes me think that maybe she's got some more issues in her own past that she's not really wanting to disclose entirely. And then the thing about, like, her parents won't let her drink because of their conservative nature. And, yeah, maybe it's not so much conservative nature as it is they know that you're not going to fucking follow those 12 steps you're supposed to be following. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. She sounds like a piece of work. And I'm sorry you had to deal with that. But I am happy that you feel better sharing your story with all of us here. We really appreciate it. And if you guys have your own stories that you'd like to send in, you can do that by going to r/Moonhorse Stories, and I'll see them, and sometimes I read them on the internet, like the weirdo I am. And I appreciate it. I love you all. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can do that by donating to Patreon. I literally forgot the word for a minute. Or by going to the merch store and buying stuff there. There's a lot of weird stuff in the merch store. I think you're going to like it. And no, that's it. Just be awesome. Always. I mean, you are awesome, but, you know, you can always be more awesome. I believe in you. I think you can do it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay. Goodbye.